Oh, there you go. That's a feisty little fish. G'day, I'm Gavin from Hurley's Fly Fishing. We're up in the Stevenson River, which is on the way to Eildon. It's about an hour and a half out of Melbourne, and it really is a fantastic river for fly anglers. We're just off the main road. You can probably even hear some cars passing as we go, and you don't have to get too far off the beaten track to get some fantastic fish like that. That's a lovely rainbow, just great fun on light gear. What we've got a stalker glide in a 2-weight on a Gavin reel, which is one of the best reels in the world, and a nice dull coloured fly line. So it's just ideal for this sort of scenario. Let's get that fly out. And what we've got there, he's taken the nymph, and we have like just a little brown nymph with a black bead. Early in the season I like to use like a gold bead, so it's much more visible, but once they've been fished out a little bit I tend to go to a black bead, so it's a little more natural and they tend to take it a little bit more readily. But well, there you go, he's off. But a great little fish, and that's what you're going to target in a river like this. Fish of half a pound to a pound are going to be great fun in here, and you literally can catch lots of them. So you get a lot of practice, and it's a great place to be. So hopefully there's a bigger one further up. So that was good. It's a nice little pool that we've got here, and you sort of, I mean, fish like any other species like a little bit of protection as well, and they'll get that in the depth there. And when a bit of tucker like that comes by, they're ready for it, So, and that's when I would look at that. Why would I cast there? You've got a little bit of bubble line, a little bit of flow of water. He's got protection. Should a cormorant or a cagey fly fisherman come to annoy him, and he can duck in there out of trouble. And that's a lovely fish. I mean, that's a brown, which are they're fantastic as well. And he's a good, probably a pound or so, which is terrific in a lovely small little river. And I keep saying it, but once you get the right gear to tackle these fish, if you're using a 6-weight, it's long, it's going to splat down, scare the fish, and it's not really much fun. Whereas you get a 2-weight, something like this is ideal. You have a whole lot of fun. Your presentation is much better, and it's all about enjoyment, and that's what you can get when you use the right gear. So, let's look. Well, that's a lovely brown on the Stevenson River. And these lovely red spots on that, they're just an amazing fish, completely different to the rainbows. And they're a little bit more cautious, I guess. And we'll just get him back in. We can talk about him for hours, but they're a little bit more cautious than the rainbows. So we'll just hold him up current until he's ready to swim out of our hands. And all of these smaller rivers, like we're always catch and release. I mean, you can really decimate a river pretty quickly by keeping everything that you catch. We'll let him go, and territorial, he'll go back to that log and he'll be caught over and over again. So they're a pretty unique sort of fish that can be caught and the enjoyment shared. So look after the fishery by putting them all back, and you're really going to enjoy them. So he's good to go now. Swim out of our hands. That's good. Little rise in the middle there, so we'll keep that fly out around about there. And the fish can be scattered, like on a little run like this, you've got a little bit of depth. And they can be scattered all the way through it. He's, there we go, in the middle of the river, and that's where like the concentration of food's going to be, so that's why he was there. And just a little brown. Might not need the net for him there, but they're just great fun, and it's all so visual. The rubber leg simulator is such a great fly because it imitates so many different insects. Like he's good to go. We use that as a imitate like a big caddis, or it could be a grasshopper or a moth or a big mayfly, stonefly. There's quite a lot of things that it could be, and at the end it doesn't really matter because the fish think it's something and they eat it. So just a great fly with lots of movement, and certainly works. Oh yeah, that's a nice fish. And you could just look up next to that log, you could see a lovely bit of water, and Yeah, he took that like he had all day to take it. It's a lovely little rainbow, and we've got the browns and stuff like that, but they will blend in and live quite happily together. And he's a lovely fish. The beauty of that dry, they rarely refuse it. So yeah, you'll hear me talk about it a bit. A royal rubber leg stimulator, and it certainly works on the Stevenson. There we go. Oh, nice little, maybe a brown, just a little fella. But again on that nymph, which is just terrific, it just doubles your chances. Sometimes it's a little bit harder to cast, but you just got to open up your arcs a little bit more, and it just allows them a little bit of extra time to turn over, and still good fun. It's all about the take. I keep saying size doesn't matter, and it really doesn't. On a river like this, it's just fun. Just fun. And to lift that rod and there's a bit of weight on it, that's why you fly fish, you know, and that's why you come to beautiful places like this, you know. It's, yeah, fly fishing is just a fantastic thing. If you don't fly fish, you've got to learn how to do it. Do one of our courses or something like that, because you can have so much fun, you know, it's just incredible. So you just got to get into it. So oh, there, beautiful. Lovely little, it's a brown again, fantastic. And it's just beautiful. These little rivers, I keep harping on it, how good they are. They're literally full of fish, and on light gear, it is just superb. A lovely little brown. They're all very similar in their spots. You know, you can just, yeah, look at them and they're just incredible. But just, they're all beautiful in their own right. Just get that tool on that, and they're good to go. It's a fantastic tool, but it's an amazing fishery, the Stevenson, and there's plenty of access points as well. I mean, we essentially got in at the main bridge, but there's about, you know, literally half a dozen access points that you can find that are literally loaded full of fish. So just a great place to go and spend a bit of time. And there's plenty of rivers like this, so you don't have to rush up to this one. There's plenty of others around that, yeah, they're all just good. Fly fishing's good, just got to get into it. Yep, there. Back eddy there where a tree's fallen in the water and just off that main current, and that's always worth a cast. And that's good. When you always got to have a plan, and when it works out, yeah, makes a lot more fun. And he's taken the nymph, even though there's plenty of insects about. That dry and a nymph cocktail is just a brilliant way to go, and it just doubles your chances. And he's a nice little brown. So the Stevenson, it's really produced today. It's been a fantastic afternoon on the Stevenson. Some fantastic fish in both browns and rainbows on the dry and the nymph, and it's just, yeah, just brilliant in an hour and a half out of Melbourne. So when somebody says, oh, you've got to travel too far to go fly fishing, no you don't, no you don't. It's literally on your doorstep. Beautiful Stevenson brown, you know, just half a pound, but on that lightweight gear is just great fun. And beautiful red spots, just characteristic of the Stevenson, and they're just a wonderful fish to target in terrific surroundings, and he's good to go. So there's plenty of other rivers around very much like this as well that you can explore for yourself, but get the gear that's going to suit these fish, and the right flies, and get up there and spend a bit of time. You're going to really enjoy it.